Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining. Today we will be discussing chapter 8 from 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this chapter, Lord Narasimhadev will appear and he will be killing the demon Hiranyakashipu. So I will be asking devotees to read only certain portions of this chapter. In the previous chapters, we had seen how Prahlad Maharaj was teaching devotional service to his classmates during the break time. So going back a little further, few more chapters. Hiranyakashipu questioned Prahlad Maharaj. After he was he got educated from Shandanda asked Prahlad what is the best thing that he had learned. And Prahlad, the answer was worshipping Vishnu is the best thing that he had learned. Although his teachers, Shanda and Amarka, had never taught that philosophy to him. They were teaching him the diplomacy, politics, economics. So Hiranyakashipu became very angry. And he actually, threw Prahlad Maharaj off his lap. And that time Prahlad was only 5-year-old. And then actually he ordered his servants to kill Prahlad Maharaj, and they tried various ways, to kill Prahlad Maharaj. However, they could not harm in any way. If you remember, when Prahlad Maharaj's mother Kayadu was pregnant and the demigods were taking her away to their palace. And that time my mother Kayadu was actually weeping and crying. That time Narada Muni appeared on the scene, and he said to the demigods that you would not be able to kill the child within the womb because he is a dear devotee of Lord, a pure devotee of the Lord. So he's a great servant of the Lord. You will not be able to harm or kill him in any way. Of course, the demigods, they obeyed and they circumambulated Mother Kayadu and left. So here also, even though Hiranyakashipu's servants, they soldiers try to kill him in many ways. They could not harm in any way. Mm. He was being protected by Lord Vishnu. Mm. And so this made Hiranyakashipu so, um, you know, uh, upset, and he became angry, or he became anxious. Mm. He got terrified. He was terrifying everyone, but now he's getting terrified that he was not able to kill this little five-year-old Prahlad. Shand and Amarka approached Hiranyakashipu and informed Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu, don't worry. He's only a little boy. We will teach him again. In due course, he'll forget about Lord Vishnu. Everything will be all right. You don't get anxious about this small situation, saying that they took him to the uh, school. In the school, Prahlad Maharaj was you know uh, teaching during the break time, and so when Prahlad Maharaj was teaching, then in his teaching he mentioned that he had learned the science of devotion from Narada Muni. So the sons of demons then questioned Prahlad. We are all studying together, and we have never seen Narada Muni coming to our school and you know taught you. We have never seen him coming to your palace to teach this science. So how did you learn? When did you meet Narada Muni? And then Prahlad explains that hmm, when his mother was pregnant, Narada Muni, when his mother was carrying him, that time Hiranyakashipu had gone away to the valley of Mandara, and to perform austerities. And that time demigods attacked the city of Hiranyakashipu and killed many demons, and the remaining demons, they fled, and they were trying to take Kayadu away, Prahlad Maharaj's mother. But that time Narada Muni took that pregnant Kayadu to his ashram, and Kayadu rendered menial service, some service to Narada Muni, and Narada Muni, and instructed her in the spiritual science. That time, being in the womb, Prahlad, he heard this science, and he was able to remember. He had never met personally, but he heard when he was in the womb of his mother. He says that my mother was very anxious because my father was away. So she heard it, but she had forgotten. However, I remembered because Narada Muni blessed me. I could remember everything because he blessed me. Anugraha. There is a special mercy. And then, he was educating them and asking them to give up this um, diplomacy, politics, and economics, and engage in the in devotion to Lord Vishnu. And then he quotes this famous verse at the end, in the previous chapter. This is a very, very famous verse. Um, mm. There are a number of verses, but this one at the end he says, what is the ultimate goal? He says, Etavan eva lokesmin Pumsaha Swartha Parasmruta Ekanta Bhaktir Govinde Yat Sarvatra Tadikshanam. In this world, the ultimate self-interest. What is the ultimate self-interest? Everyone, yeah. So the real self-interest, if you're really interested in yourself, then you should perform Ekanta Bhaktir Govinde, unflinching devotion to Govinda. This is your ultimate um, interest in yourself. Uh, Not only worshipping him, but yet sarvatra tadikshanam. And one should be able to see Lord Krishna, Govinda, tadikshanam everywhere. So quite highest platform. Pure devotees, they see the Lord's presence in this world, in every atom, in every situation. Hmm. And Prahlad Maharaj also tells, you are demons, you are little boys, doesn't matter. Anybody, no one is bored from the devotion. Hmm. Whether one is Indian, Western, African, American, the external doesn't matter. But one need to have a spiritual teacher. Hmm. Just like I heard from Narada Muni and came to this platform. Oh, my dear friends, if you also faithfully hear from me and practice it, you will also become like me. Huh? So there is no doubt about it. And then saying this, he quotes this ultimate, um, uh, you know, um, yeah. So render service to lotus feet of Govinda and see him everywhere is the only goal of life. Hmm? So this is what Prahlad Maharaj says. And then what happens after that, we will discuss in this chapter, chapter 8. Hmm? So after hearing Prahlad Maharaj, um, the sons of the demons, they very much appreciated the transcendental instructions given by Prahlad Maharaj, and they took them seriously. And they rejected the materialistic life and the materialistic teachings given by Shanda and Amarka. So there was only one Prahlad before, now, but this Prahlad is making more, everyone another Prahlad, so many Prahladas. Only Prahlad was talking about devotion in the past. But now everybody, all other children also rejected Shanda and Amarka, and they took up to this um, devotional service. Um, so Prabhupada makes a couple of interesting points here. Hmm. I'll try and highlight. Um, so this is the effect of the preaching of a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. Hmm? So he had received this from another pure devotee, Narada Muni. And by the grace of Prahlad Maharaj, all his class friends, the sons of demons, became Vaishnavas. They did not like hearing from the so-called teachers Shanda and Amarka, who were interested only in teaching them about diplomacy, politics, economics, etc. So, can we draw any similarities between Prahlad Maharaj and Prabhupada? Would anybody like to say?
Can I say something?
Meena Mataji, go ahead, and then after that, Shama Shriji.
So Srila Prabhupada was also like that. Nothing else mattered to him. He left his family, everybody, and he knew that Krishna is the only one, and he set out to follow his guru's instruction. Very and so many years passed, he did not know how to go about it, but he still, like Prahlad Maharaj, stuck to that point, that the teachings, instructions of Narad Muni. So Srila Prabhupada also stuck to his instructions of his Guru Maharaj and spread the word of Krishna. His family abandoned him, or he left his family, but still he knew the bigger picture, just like Prahlad Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Shama Shriji Mataji, you want to add any?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. I think like Prabhupada ji also made devotees right across the world, like Prahlad Maharaj did to all these his friends and his classmates and everybody else. I thought that was a big similarity between the two. Thank you.
Excellent point. Yeah. So demon is not by the shape, it is by the character. We have 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It is entitled Dhaivasura Sampatti Vibhaga Yoga, the divisions of divine and demonic. So Prabhupada also, with his teaching, with his purity, he transformed so many people across the world who were, most of them were engaged in the demonic mentality. They are of the background of demonic mentality. That is the whole world, actually. You don't pick one or two. The whole world is like that. If you read 16th chapter, you will understand exactly. And the other similarity was, right, Meena Mataji pointed out, there was so much opposition for Prahlad Maharaj from his father, yet he did not give up Krishna. Similarly, there was so much opposition to Prabhupada also from his family. We know that his wife had sold the manuscript for tea biscuits or whatever, and then there were there was not much cooperation from his god brothers. Yet he proceeded. Prabhupada proceeded further. So that purity was there. He could make several people into devotees, and we also received some of that mercy. That's why we are here today to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Purnamataji, do you want to say something?
Hare Krishna. To answer your question, when you said that, Prahlad Maharaj had devotee association, and you took to the next level of, about Srila Prabhupada. But I was just thinking about us here, I was just thinking about yourself and the devotees alike, who are making our lives really beautiful, by being in your association. We are getting, this nectar of devotion, I would say. So I thought of you all, and obviously it comes from the source, and that is Srila Prabhupada. So thank you so much.
It's all Prabhupada's mercy, Mataji. It's just Prabhupada's mercy.
Yeah, so Prabhupada's mercy, and that's why he could transform. He could, I'm not able to make myself a devotee. But seriously, because we read Bhagavatam because there is a class. Ideally, you should be loving Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada transformed the hearts of several people. So here, Prahlad Maharaj, he transformed all his classmates. And so when Shenda and Damarka, when they observed, all the students, they saw that they're all becoming advanced in devotional service like Prahlad Maharaj. They got afraid. Oh my goodness. So, and they approached Hiranyakashipu and explained the situation. And Hiranyakashipu, became so angry. And And he finally decided to kill his son Prahlad, himself this time. That time he was, he asked his soldiers to kill Prahlad. This time he decided to kill personally. And and he knew, like in the past also, he was not able to kill, but yes, this time, he decided, and he chastised severely for Prahlad Maharaj's age, that he should not be chastised. And he said, you are the lowest of mankind, you are unintelligent, oh disruptor of the family, uh, you are a fool, number one. I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj. So um, mm, and when I am angry, everybody in three worlds, they tremble along with their rulers. uh, you are rascal, like, you are so impudent that you appear fearless, uh, and overstep my power to rule you. Mm. See, because he was a devotee, he was fearless. And another character of Prabhupada also, Prabhupada was fearless. He was very much like Prahlad Maharaj, to preach. It is like a battlefield. You are facing Maya. There are so many, obstacles on the path. And Prabhupada was always fearless. Abhay, Abhay Charan, Abhay. And, where are you getting your power? Mm. Where do you get your power? Where do you get your strength? You are only little. And so Prahlad Maharaj says this famous verse, text 7. Shri Praharadau Vacha न केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन् स वै भलं बलीनां चापरेषाम् परे वरे मे स्थिरजङ्गमाये ब्रह्मादयो ये न वशं प्रणीताः. Everyone, the source of my strength is also source of your strength. Not only yours, is the source of every living entity. Every living entity derives power from that same person. Even Brahma also gets his strength from him, that is Lord Vishnu. You are getting your strength from Lord Vishnu. I am also getting my strength from Lord Vishnu. Everyone else is getting their strength, their abilities. Krishna says in the Gita, what does he say? Paurusham Rushu, I am ability in man. Balam Balavatam Chaham, I am the strength of the strong. Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu, I am that living force in every living entity. Like that. So Prahlad Maharaj says, you are getting your strength from Lord Vishnu. I am also getting my strength from him. Not only we both, but everyone, including Brahmaji. With this Hiranyakashipu, um, Prabhupada makes one wonderful point here. Everyone is getting their strength from the Lord, but only intelligent people realize this and they surrender to Krishna. And foolish, they do not surrender to Krishna. Pious surrender, impious do not. So Prabhupada makes that one point here in this particular purport. So yeah, and then even in that state, Prahlad instructs his father, my dear father, please give up your demonic mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equiposed toward everyone. Uh, there is only the mind is your enemy. There is no enemy in this world, within this world. Hmm? So I know when one worships the Lord, one will be able to see all the living entities with equal vision. Huh? Um, in the former times, there were so many fools. They thought they are the doers, but where are they? They are finished. In due course of time, everyone is gone. Huh? The real enemy is not outside. The real enemy is inside. Huh? Um, lust, greed, anger, etc. They are the real enemies. You are saying that you have conquered all the enemies, but you are not able to conquer your own anger. That is your real enemy. You are saying that you are victorious. No, you are actually subdued by your enemies, such as lust, greed, and anger. You are not able to conquer them. Even on that state, Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill him. And even in that moment also, Prahlad Maharaj was not diplomatic at all. And he was preaching to his father also. Hmm? And Hiranyakashipu replied, "You rascal, you're trying to minimize my value. You think you are more intelligent than me, and I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands." Huh? And, the people about to die, this is what they talk. They indulge in nonsensical talks before they die. Huh? And he said, "Oh, most unfortunate Prahlad, you were always saying that your Lord is everywhere. Huh? And if he is everywhere, is he there in this pillar? He should, is he, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? You are always saying, Lord is everywhere. Then you should be present to me. You should appear before me from this pillar." Mm. And so saying this, "I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see. Your worshipable God will come to protect you." With great anger, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword and got up his from throne, and with great anger, he struck his fist against the column, that pillar. And so when he struck his fist against the column, and then from the pillar came a fearful sound, which was very, very fearful. Hiranyakashipu had never heard that type of fearful sound before. It appeared that the covering of the universe is about to crack. And the sound reached the abodes of all the demigods, including Brahma. And they thought, "Oh, now our planets are being destroyed." So Hiranyakashipu desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. And so then he was trying to see, who is going to come from that pillar. And so this is where we came. So what did he see from the pillar? Lord Narsingadev appeared, and this is what we will recite. Famous verse, 18th, 17th verse. Satyam vidhatum nijabhrutya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshvakileshu chatmanah adrushyatathyadbhutarupamudbhavan udvavan स्तंभे सभायं न मृगम न मानुषम सत्यम विधातुम निजभृत्य भाषितम. The words spoken by is eternal servant. Bhrutya means servant. The words, what did Prahlad Maharaj says? Lord is everywhere, including in the pillar. To prove the statements of Prahlad Maharaj are satyam, correct, truthful. Lord appeared from Stambhe, from the pillar. Who is the father and mother of Narsingadev? Pillar. Stamba Putra. Sometimes he is addressed as Stamba. Stamba means pillar. Stambhe appeared from the pillar to prove Prahlad Maharaj's statements are correct, because Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee. And he had taken a Adbhuta Rupam, a wonderful form which he had never taken before. Adbhuta Rupam, a wonderful form, and appeared Stambhe from the pillar, which is located in the Sabha, in that assembly. There was a pillar. And what kind of form is that? Na mrugam, neither animal form, na manusham, not human. It is combined. The head is of animal, a lion form, and the remaining body is of a human form. So we will read this purport. So Kiran Kohli Mataji, would you be kind enough to read the translation and purport?
Yes, Prabhuji. So this is text, which one?
17.
Okay. Sorry, just turning the pages in my book. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall.
Bolo Shri Narsingha Bhagavan ki jai. So read the purport, please.
When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, "Where is your Lord? Is he present in the pillar?" Prahlad Maharaj fearlessly replied, "Yes, my Lord is present everywhere." Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlad Maharaj was unmistakably true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. The Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant was a lion or a human being. To substantiate Prahlad's statement, the Lord proved that his devotee, as declared in Bhagavad Gita, is never vanquished. Prahlad Maharaj's demonic father had repeatedly threatened to kill Prahlad, but Prahlad was confident that he could not be killed since he was protected by the Supreme Lord. By appearing from the pillar, the Lord encouraged his devotee, saying in effect, "Don't worry, I'm present here." By manifesting his form as Narsimdev, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promise that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by any animal or any man. The Lord appeared in a form that could not be said to be fully a man or a lion.
Thank you, Mataji. So it was, several, he pleased several devotees. Indra was also happy because Indra was hiding somewhere because Hiranyakashipu was ruling the heavenly planet that time. Indra was also happy. Brahmaji was happy that he had given the boon that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed, um, you know, by animal or a man, and any other being created by him. And Narsimdev was not a creation of Lord Brahma. And if you remember, he also um, kept the promise of Narada intact. Narad said to demigods when when they were taking away Kayadu, when she was pregnant with Prahlad, you would not be able to kill Prahlad because he was a great devotee. Here, the Lord is showing that no one will be able to harm his devotee, like that. So there are many instances. The Lord likes to like to please his devotees. Krishna says, "Aham bhakta paradina." I am under control of my devotees. Bhaktairjitatvam. Although I am unconquerable, I can be conquered by bhakti. Bhakti Baddham. Nobody can be bind me, but with bhakti you can bind me. Yashoda bound me with love. Hmm? Um, and when Narada Muni cursed these two demigods, the sons of Kuvera, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, to become trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. He also, when they begged, when they begged forgiveness, Narada Muni said, "Don't worry, you would be able to see Krishna face to face, and you will be delivered by Krishna." So, in that pastime also, Krishna, after he was bound to the wooden grinding mortar, when he uprooted these two twin trees in the courtyard, then the two personalities came, Nalakuvera Manigriva, and they offered prayers. That time, Krishna says that because I am delivering you, because my dear devotee said, Narada Muni said that I would deliver you. I am obeying his statements. And, we heard earlier, made some comparisons between Prahlad Maharaj and Prabhupada. We came up with few, but if we sit down, we'll be able to make more comparisons between Prahlad Maharaj and Prabhupada. And, so Prabhupada also said that you follow 4 regulative principles. You chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds, and be sincere in your devotion. Don't be duplicitous. Just be sincere. Sincere in the sense, just accept what you are. And Prabhupada said, if you do this, I guarantee you go back to Godhead. So from these statements, is our Prahlad Maharaj. Prabhupada is our Prahlad Maharaj. And, Prabhupada enlightened us, and we are able to read Srimad Bhagavatam because of him. So he is our Prahlad Maharaj. His statements will be proven truthful if we follow, if we obey his instructions. Krishna will also, make the statements true. That means he will, we will be able to go back to Godhead if you follow these instructions sincerely. So because it's an important verse, I took a little bit of time to explain that. So we'll go back. Yes. Let me show. Okay, I'll show a couple of pictures later on. Yeah, so Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of that sound, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In an amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is of man and of lion? And, the form of the Lord is described here. It was extremely fearsome, because Lord was in the Ugra, very, very fearful form, because his dear devotee was being tortured by Hiranyakashipu. So that's why he was very fearful, fearsome, and is with angry eyes, which resembled molten golden. And the teeth are deadly, and his tongue is razor sharp, which moved quite swiftly like a sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. Basically, he was touching the sky. Huge form, gigantic. His jaws spotted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick. His chest was broad. His waist was thin, and the hairs on his body as white as rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. Hiranyakashipu thought, oh, Lord Vishnu is here. Who can fight me? Nobody can fight with me. What can this Lord Vishnu do? That is what he was thinking. And there was a fight between Hiranyakashipu and the Lord. And yes, so the great demon was very angry and swiftly attacked Nrsimhadeva with his club and began to beat him. However, Lord Nrsimhadev captured great demon along with his club, just as Garuda might capture a great snake. And sometimes Garuda also catches a snake and they let it slip from his mouth, plays with it for some time, and then kills at the end. Similarly, Nrsimhadev also let him slip from his hand. And the demigods, who were watching this, they thought, wow, why did Narsingadev do this? They did not like this. But, Lord wants to have fun. And so there is no fun if you just kill with one slap, like, what fun you get. When Varahadev appeared, when he fought with Hiranyaksha in the Garbhodaka ocean, Lord fought for some time. At the end, he just gave him a slap, and the demon died. So, and this way, as a snake captures a mouse or a Garuda captures very venomous snake, Lord Narsingadev captured Hiranyakashipu, who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra. As Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here, there, and all around, very much afflicted at being captured, Lord Narsingadev placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs. And in the doorway of the assembly hall, Lord very easily tore the demon to pieces with the nails of his hand. So we'll read the purport to 29. Purnamataji or any other person?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I can read, Prabhuji.
Purport, please. 29. Yeah.
Hiranyakashipu had received from Lord Brahma the benediction that he would not die on the land or in the sky. Therefore, to keep the promise of Lord Brahma intact, Narsimhadev placed Hiranyakashipu's body on his lap, which was neither land nor sky. Hiranyakashipu had received the benediction that he would not die either during the day or at night. Therefore, to keep his promise of Brahma, the Lord killed Hiranyakashipu in the evening, which is the end of day and the beginning of night, but is neither day nor night. Hiranyakashipu had taken a benediction from Lord Brahma that he would not die from any weapon or be killed by any person, dead or alive. Therefore, just to keep the word of Lord Brahma, Lord Narsimhadev pierced Hiranyakashipu's body with his nails, which were not weapons and were neither living nor dead. Indeed, the nails can be called dead, but at the same time, they can be said to be alive. If you could scroll up, Prabhuji, please. To keep intact all of Lord Brahma's benedictions, Lord Narsimhadev paradoxically but very easily killed the great demon Hiranyakashipu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, from that purport, we can see that Lord Narsingadev, kept the promise of Brahma intact. Hiranyakashipu got these wounds, and all the conditions were met, yet Lord was able to kill Hiranyakashipu. So while he was opening the abdomen of Hiranyakashipu, and the blood drops sprinkled on the body of the Lord. And Lord actually, these drops on the body of the Lord, they became, some decorations. Lord was actually looking beautiful with the blood drops on his body, and that is what mentioned here. And so after Hiranyakashipu got killed, his followers came and they tried to attack Narsingadev, but Lord Narsingadev killed all of them merely with the ends of his nails. Yeah, the air on Narsingadev's head shook the clouds and scattered them here and there. His glaring eyes stole the effulgence of luminaries in the sky, and his breathing agitated the seas and ocean. He is still angry. Yeah? Because of his roaring, all the elephants in the world began to cry in fear. And demigods, when they observed this wonderful scene, they had celebrations. uh, and mm, so they had celebrations. Yeah, and they were very happy that the demon was killed. Um, and they all, so here it is mentioned, at the time the airplanes of the demigods who desired to see the activities of Supreme Lord Narayana crowded the sky. The demigods began beating drums and kettle drums, and upon hearing them, the angelic women began to dance while the chiefs of Gandharvas sang very sweetly. It's like a wonderful movie for them. Uh, they were so lucky to witness this fighting scene between Hiranyakashipu and Narsingadeva and Hiranyakashipu. So they had a wonderful time um, mm, watching this movie. Um, so let me show while we are here some pictures as well. So this is the appearance of Lord Narsingadeva from the pillar within the assembly hall. Um, so let's see. So this one, he was fighting. Kashpu was trying to fight with Narsingadev. And here you can see the Lord placed the demon on his lap and sitting on the doorway, tore open the abdomen, and you took the intestines, put them around his neck. Uh, and after that, there were so many demons were trying to attack, and with his nails, so he killed all the demons, and then Lord sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. You see here, Prahlad Maharaj was trying to go there and go closer to the Lord. He was very, fearsome. So many demigods came down. Many demigods approached. Who were there? Lord Brahma was there, King Indra, Lord Shiva, and the residents of Pitruloka, ancestors. There is a planet for ancestor which is called Pitruloka. The residents of Pitruloka were there. Siddha Loka, residents of Siddha Loka, residents of Vidyadhara Loka, and um, and some mystic snakes. There were Manus, and Gandharvas, Charanas, Yakshas, inhabitants of Kinnara Loka, inhabitants of Kimpursha Loka, and the personal servants of Vishnu like Sunanda, Kumuda. All of them came near the Lord, who glowed with intense light. They individually offered their obeisances and prayers, their hands folded at their heads. So, and from text 40 onwards, like 16 verses, they only talks about the prayers offered by each individual. There are, 16 verses. Brahma said this, Lord Shiva said that, King Indra said like this. So the essence of all these prayers, more or less, it's one point that this demon was troubling them and troubling the entire planet. And now that you have killed him, we can be peaceful. Hmm? Um, so that is what they're saying. The essence. Every prayer consists of the more or less similar meaning. Hmm? However, Lord was not satisfied, and we will discuss this. Then that time, Lord Brahma says, Prahlad, he appeared for you, uh, to protect you, to save you. You go and offer prayers in the next chapters. Prayer by Prahlad Maharaj. We will read them. When Prahlad goes near Hiranyakashipu, then he became peaceful, Shanta Narsimha, peaceful Narsimha. Until then, Ugra, very ferocious. Um, so that's how this chapter ends. It's bang on 8 o'clock. So quick summary, following on from previous chapter. So Prahlad Maharaj was teaching devotional service to his classmates during the break time. And after receiving the instructions from Prahlad Maharaj, they all gave up the material education and took up to Krishna consciousness. And as a result of that, Shenda and Amarka, the teachers, were very much afraid and reported this matter to Hiranyakashipu. It's not just your son, but he's also corrupting all the sons of demon. And Hiranyakashipu became angry, and then he said that I terrify everyone, but you are causing anxiety to me. You are not afraid of me. Everyone is afraid of me. Where are you getting your strength from? And he says, the source of your strength is also my strength, and this is the source of everyone's strength, including strength of Brahma. So that is Lord Vishnu. And Hiranyakashipu became angry that he is my enemy, but my son is glorifying. And then Prahlad Maharaj tried to educate him, saying that give up. You are saying that you are very victorious, you are very powerful. You are not able to control your own anger. What are you talking? You are not victorious. You are subdued by your enemies, such as lust, greed, and anger. And then Hiranyakashipu became very angry, and he said, Prahlad, you said that your Lord is everywhere. So if he is everywhere, is he there in the pillar? He should appear before me from this pillar so that I will kill this person. And to prove the words of Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, he is everywhere, including in the pillar. So to prove the statements of Prahlad Maharaj are correct, Lord Vishnu had taken this beautiful form, which is neither man nor neither human nor animal, offline of man form, and appeared from the pillar. But before that, there was a tumultuous sound that appeared, that came, so which with which everyone got terrified. And of course, there was a fight between Lord Narsimhadev and Hiranyakashipu, and finally Hiranyakashipu got killed by Lord Narsimhadev. Lord Narsimhadev kept all the boons, all the promises, all the conditions of Brahmaji intact, and still killed Hiranyakashipu. And demigods had a wonderful celebration. And all the various demigods and great personalities from various planets across the universe, they were there, and they went close to Narsimhadev. Narsimhadev sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu, and everybody offered prayers. And these prayers mainly consist of that they were, that Hiranyakashipu was a troublesome demon, and that they are happy now because Lord killed him, and as a result of that they are now able to perform their duties properly. Before they were not able to do their duties properly. Hmm? So something like that. That was the essence of all their prayers. However, the Lord was not pacified, and Lord Brahmaji requests Prahlad to offer special prayers, and they will be discussed in the next chapters. Prayers by Prahlad Maharaj. So thank you so much, and Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bolo Lakshmi Narsinga Bhagavan ki jai. Om Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishणं Bhadram Mrityornamamyaham. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Jastejase Aviravirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamsha Karmasayan Randaya Randaya Tamogra Sakrasa Om Swaha. So Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur. Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.